If your bathroom knows your footsteps better than your spouse does, pull up a chair. Today we're talking about diarrhea on carnivore, why it happens, how to fix it fast, and how to keep your results without living life 5 minutes from the nearest restroom. I like fat loss. I do not like fast runs between the couch and the porcelain. Real talk. I've lived a bathroom GPS life. Years ago with IBS, I could tell you the exact location of every restroom between my house and the clinic. I didn't adopt a carnivore, animal-based approach to trade IBS diarrhea for a diet-induced diarrhea. And I surely don't want you cursing my name from the throne. So let's fix this with compassion, a little humor, and a clear plan. Here's the big idea. Diarrhea on carnivore is usually either transitional, your body adapting in the first couple of weeks, or trigger-based, something in what, how, or how fast you're eating. Less often, there's a medical cause that needs a clinician's help. We're going to sort those buckets, rule out red flags, and then walk a simple step-by-step protocol to calm the gut and keep you moving toward metabolic health. First, safety. If you have fever, blood or black stools, severe abdominal pain, unintentional weight loss, nighttime diarrhea that wakes you up, significant dehydration, you were recently on antibiotics or in the hospital, or your symptoms persist longer than 2 to 3 weeks despite changes, hit pause and call your clinician. My goal is to help you heal, not to have you tough it out when you shouldn't. For everyone else, here's how diarrhea sneaks in on carnivore. Number 1, fat too fast, especially rendered fats. When you flip from lower fat to high fat overnight, stacking butter on ribeye, pouring tallow on everything, or doing butter coffee, you can overwhelm digestion. Liquid or rendered fat hits the small intestine fast and can pull water into the gut. Clue: you're fine with simple steak, but meals heavy in melted butter or fatty coffee send you sprinting. Number 2, bile dynamics in the gallbladder. Early in carnivore, bile production and recycling are learning a new dance. If the timing is off, excess bile acids can spill into the colon and trigger urgency. That's extra common if you've had your gallbladder removed. Clue: you feel the urge minutes after a very fatty meal, like your gut pressed the eject button. Number 3, dairy, eggs, or pork sensitivities. Some folks do beautifully on ruminant meats, but get loose stools from lactase, casein, egg white proteins, or certain pork cuts. Clue: things fall apart on cheesy, heavy days. Carnivore ice cream, omelets, or bacon weekends, and settle back when you get back to beef and salt. Number 4, histamine overload. Aged meats, ground beef that sat too long, slow thawed or repeatedly reheated leftovers, and marathon bone broths can stack histamine. Insensitive people, that can mean diarrhea, flushing, headaches, palpitations. Clue: you do better with fresh cut steaks than with leftovers or long simmered broth. Number 5, coffee and sweeteners, especially sugar alcohols. Coffee increases gut motility. Erythritol, xylitol, and sorbitol pull water into the intestine. Some folks also react to sucralose or keto treats. Clue: you feel great on meat-only days, and worse when the zero-carb goodies sneak back in. And beyond sweeteners, here are some other things that can give you diarrhea if you're not careful. MCT oil, certain magnesium forms like citrate in higher dosages, medications like metformin, GLP-1s, antibiotics, PPIs, orlistat, and less commonly, pancreatic insufficiency creating greasy, floaty stools with weight loss or bile acid malabsorption. SIBO and IBS can also play a role, especially if you have a lot of gas and bloating. The fix. We'll keep this simple and doable. Step 1 is safety and hydration. If stools are frequent or watery, your number 1 risk is dehydration. Aim for pale yellow urine. On strict low carb, you also lose sodium, so be intentional with electrolytes. A salty broth is your friend. If you want a quick at-home oral rehydration mix, you can use 1 liter of water with about a half a teaspoon of salt and a pinch of potassium salt if you tolerate it. Sip through the day. Step 2 is a 72-hour reset to calm the gut. Keep it fresh, simple, and lower in rendered fat. Think seasoned, leaner beef like 80-20 ground, chuck roast trimmed, or a ribeye without butter add-ons, plus salt and broth. Pan, sear, or roast. But don't finish everything in a butter bath right now. Avoid dairy, eggs, pork, coffee, sweeteners, sugar alcohols, MCTs, and long simmered bone broths for these 3 days. If histamine might be your trigger, Buy fresh, cook fresh, portion and freeze immediately, and thaw quickly right before you cook. Step 3 is the slow fat ramp. After the reset, add fat back gradually over 5 to 7 days. Focus on whole cut fats that come packaged in the meat rather than pouring rendered fat on top. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons per meal at a time and stay there a day or two before increasing again. Many people tolerate beef tallow better than butter at first. If ghee has been bothering you, park it for now. And please, skip the butter coffee until your gut says it's ready. Step 4 is trigger trials. Eliminate dairy for 7 to 10 days and then re-challenge. If that's not it, test pork. Changes one at a time keep the science clean. Otherwise, you won't know who the real culprit was. Keep notes. Your future self will thank you. Step 5 is digestion support with your clinician's input. If biodynamics are the issue, a short course of oxbow or a lipase blend with meals can be a bridge while your body adapts. Some folks with classic bile acid diarrhea do best with a prescription bile acid binder like cholestyramine or cholecalciferol. And for travel days or big events, loperamide can be perfectly reasonable short term, so you can enjoy life while you heal. If your main complaint is gas and bloating with variable stools, ask your clinician about SIBO testing. Rifaximin can help in select cases. If stools are greasy, floating, or you're losing weight without trying, ask about a stool fat test and fecal elastase to rule out pancreatic insufficiency. Basic labs like a CBC and metabolic panel can make sure you're not getting depleted. Let me drop a mid-video favor. If this is already helping, tap like and subscribe and tell me where you're watching from. Then share your #1 trigger in the comments so we can crowdsource solutions for the community. Someone out there needs the tip you've learned. Now, some everyday tactics. On work days and travel days, choose a simple protein-forward breakfast and skip coffee until you're at your destination. When eating out, pick grilled whole cuts and ask the kitchen not to finish the steak with butter. Ditch cream-based sauces for now. Keep a small comp kit in your bag with electrolyte mix, loperamide for emergencies, wipes, and because life happens, backup clothing. That little bit of preparation lowers stress, and stress itself is a gut trigger. Here's the bottom line. Most diarrhea on carnivore is either a brief adaptation or a fixable trigger. Your gut isn't broken. It's adjusting to a new fuel strategy. Give yourself 3 days with the reset. Add fat back with the ramp, and run clean trigger trials to identify your personal landmines. If red flags show up, call your clinician. Otherwise, stay the course. We're about fat loss and metabolic healing, not bathroom sprints. I've put resources in the description: an electrolyte guide, low histamine meal handling tips, and a simple travel checklist. Never forget, your story and your gut are still being healed. That's what I had to learn on my IBS journey. And no matter what your journey is, I'll be here to help you along the way. I'll see you in the next video.